Home buyers and sellers are asking the same question. When will mortgage rates finally come down? Our guest, Roni Haskell, is broker associate with Keller Williams, here to help us understand how those rates are predicted and what experts are saying about the months ahead. Good to have you back with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. So where do rates stand currently?
They're still sitting generally in the high sixes.
Yeah.
And so a couple of years ago, right, things went up and we've been in the sixes and sevens. Now, given any week, it may vary slightly to that, or depending on what kind of loan structure, but that's where they've been comfortably flatlined.
Comfortably flatlined. Not comfortable for everybody, though. They would like the days of 3, 4, 5%.
Yeah, wouldn't we all? That was cheap money.
It was. When is that coming back?
But it's very unlikely. The predictions are that perhaps those interest rates will dip down a little bit later this year, but not by much, and probably not for long.
I mean, in the last beyond decade, it has been a seller's market here in Charleston. Is that very thing shifting, or is it about the same?
Yeah, so interesting question, because it kind of goes back to the buyer demand is absolutely still there. The months of inventory, though, in the Charleston market is starting to elevate. So that tells us that is an indicator of whose market it is. Is it seller's market or buyer's market? And you're right, for the last several years it has been, or for a long time it's been
everyone wants to come
buyer's market.
Yeah.
But as those months of inventory continue to climb, and currently we're sitting at 3.2 months of inventory, a normalized market for Charleston would be about 5 months of inventory.
I see. Okay.
So we're starting to encroach in that direction.
Some more houses for sale.
More houses, more inventory on the market, but buyer activity has softened a bit as well.
Right.
So we're still seeing a gap there, and as that number continues to climb in the inventory, it will start to shift into more buyer's market.
Into more of a buyer's market, because I know in my own personal experience, people would not come down not a cent, because they knew that there was someone right behind me that could come in and buy, and really they didn't have to lift a finger to do anything about it. So do you think that people are going to more effort to try to stand out? And how are people trying to stand out amongst the crowd?
So that is an interesting question, and absolutely, sellers are having to do more than they have in recent years in an effort to sell, and they're having to prepare their house for the market. They're having to be counseled in many cases from their realtors, from their trusted source, to do the right things that are attracting to the buyers.
What are some of those
They're
things?
having to give concessions. So that's probably one of the biggest things. We know what to do to prepare the house for the market, right? Make it look good, feel good, neutralize it.
Neutralize is
it.
Very important.
Stage it in some instances. So prepare the house for the market. But even with the best presentation of the property, it still, in some segments of our communities, can still be a challenging market for sellers. So a way to overcome that is to give buyer concessions in the form of, say it's closing cost, to a buyer. So now that buyer has the chance to buy down that interest rate and make it more comfortable for them. And so we're seeing a great deal of concessions being offered from sellers.
Yeah, so everything is negotiable.
And that's the key to it. If you find the right property, don't be hesitant to try to negotiate on it.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the worst they can say? No. You got to ask.
You got to ask. And there are some buyers in the market right now winning big because they're not afraid to ask.
Interesting. Who is a typical buyer? Because we're still looking at people who are saddled. Yeah, there's a lot of young people out there who would like to get out of this rat race of renting year after year after year, but buying, getting into a home has been really difficult. So who's the typical buyer, and how are these younger potential homeowners making inroads?
Yes. And so, well, who is the typical buyer? We do get a lot of young professionals that move into our market. We will continue, I think, to see that because we have a strong military presence within our community. We have people that just have moved here for college and want to stay.
Yeah.
We have quite a strong economic, workforce.
Right.
And so we do get our young professionals, and it is challenging. Here's my key elements to communicate to any young person that is looking to purchase is make sure that you have your credit score. You really protect your credit score. Don't live without your means. Save. Start at a young age.
Yes.
And save, and then be very savvy about what you're buying. It may not be your forever home, right? And so don't go into it with the mentality that you're going to be in this house forever and that you have to love every component of it. It's a stepping stone for many. And so get into something that's comfortable for your budget, and partner up with a real estate agent that will help navigate you through those negotiations.
Terrific.
To get into that first home.
All right, 5 seconds left. Quick question. What is the length of time from start to finish of that journey typically?
Oh gosh, well, you can contract to close in 30 days.
Sure.
Traditionally, for the journey to get into the home ownership, though, it can be upwards of 3 to 6 months as you get counseled through that process.
Sometimes longer.
Yes,
Depends
it can
on
be.
how picky you are. All right, well, thank you so much, Roni.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your expertise.
My
We'll be
pleasure.
back after this.